And welcome and Happy New Year to everyone as you come back to the day 2 of the FREETAIL Sevens here in Round Rock, Texas. I'm Alex Goff with Kevin Cox, and we are getting ready for another day of exciting rugby action at the Round Rock Multipurpose Complex, starting off with the women's round robin and Phoenix, who were dominant yesterday in their play against Texas. And Kevin, day 2, beautiful day for rugby, but maybe some tired legs.
Oh, such a beautiful day. You could not ask for better weather down here at the FREETAIL Sevens in the Lone Star State on New Year's Eve. It's sunny. It's about 70 degrees, no wind, perfect rugby playing conditions.
And referee Becca Portlock gets us started, and the kickoff from Annalisa Ruiz. And in the black is Phoenix, who were untouchable just about yesterday, and they take the ball going forward. Really a nice little dummy there.
Yeah.
And Phoenix has the go forward. They've been really good getting to the breakdown as the ball comes out through Salomon and out to Gemma Rowland. Rowland looking for her options there. Yeah, a little bit of a high one.
Nice recovery, though. Will the speed catch the corner? She does.
And Jetta Owens
A
coming
beautiful
back
move
inside.
back
And she is going to go in for that first try. A little bit of a miscue as they were looking to connect with Alicia Washington. But as has been the case, Kevin, all weekend with Phoenix, they're paying attention, able to rescue even when they make a mistake.
The amazing athleticism of this team. Even when they do make a mistake, they're able to overcome it in situations like that.
Grabbed it and spun around, and we have a look. And we have a look here as they go around the corner, and some pace as well from Jetta Owens.
And the conversion is good. Up early, 7-0 for Phoenix.
So 7-0, Phoenix leads, and Owens weaves her way in for that first try. Texas Motley has been difficult. A lot of these players coming from the University of Texas. Most of them are students, a couple of older players, and they've been struggling with the connections. And yesterday, they didn't win any games. They didn't score any points, and I think points, that's their number one goal today.
Yeah,
Let's get
just
a couple
to get
of
on
points
the board.
scored. Right. And Salomon kicks off. Controlled once again, Ruiz, who's been their best player for Texas. Coming around the outside now is Texas with Erica Purcell. A little bit better passing from Texas. There's a gap up the middle.
A little over pursuit from Phoenix there. Open that gap.
And
But they're right on top of it again.
Texas able to win that one, though, and get it out. Referee Portlock says no. Came in from the side. It'll be a penalty for Phoenix. And Salomon taps quickly. Out it goes to Dadich. And they go into touch. The ball goes into touch. A couple of uncharacteristic mistakes from Phoenix early on.
Yeah, surprising with the ball security from this team because they are very, very talented. To see those mistakes early was a bit of a surprise.
It's early in the tournament, but, you know, we're still in the afternoon. They should have had some time to work the kinks out. Washington goes up, tries to steal that. It does go backward. Salomon does very well to secure that. Sarevi, now they're spinning it out wide, looking for the speedsters. Owens passes it out, and there goes Christine Krieger. No problem at all, just breaks through that one tackle. Try number 2 for Phoenix. And the government program manager plays for the San Antonio Riveters. Fantastic nickname for a women's club. And, in fact, an outstanding goal kicker as well. And talked to Krieger and Tia Dadich, both from San Antonio yesterday. And they're having a great time playing for this Phoenix team.
I've been fortunate enough to see them play many times in person as I live in San Antonio, and they play for the Riveters, and a couple of very talented women. In fact, Antea is on the Croatian women's national team and travels back there a couple of times a year to practice with the women back home.
So came to Texas, I believe, on a tennis scholarship.
Yes, correct.
And then played rugby on the down low, which was, I think, her first love. There goes the kick. Once again, just barely controlled by Texas. See what they can do to get out of their own end, and there's a miscue there. Popped quickly to Washington. Washington sets that platform. And driven into touch is Dadich. Probably needed to offload that a little bit quicker, and another line out for Texas. And Kevin, they lost that first one, did Texas. See what happens here with Washington at the front.
Oh,
Well,
tried to get a cheap one there.
They went low. Washington tried to steal it, and referee brings that back, and we're going to call for a
I believe it was touched inside the 5.
Touched inside the 5.
Yeah.
Right, so a little bit of an infraction from Washington. We're going to have a rethrow. And so Texas trying to get something going, and it will go over the top, and that one's nabbed by Serevi. The dugout, and quickly, once again, they're going to spin it out to the outside. And once again, Owens to Krieger. Krieger gathered this time. Stolen, but stolen illegally. Taken the tackler,
tough
didn't
break
get back
for
on her feet. Yeah, tough break. And tapped quickly once again. Phoenix now feeling their oats a little bit. Serevi, fakes the give and go.
Beautiful, beautiful dummy and keep for the score there.
And Nate Serevi, the daughter of the great Waiseli Serevi, brings out a classic Serevi move, dishing that ball up flat on her palm and then taking it back. How do you like that one?
Oh, beautiful. And just the movement, as soon as they get a turnover or shift it to one side of the field, this Phoenix side is so fluid in moving the ball.
And the kick is away just to the right and will stay at 17-0 for Phoenix. They've given up one try, and that was in the first game yesterday. First game right out of the blocks. A little bit of rust perhaps there, and they haven't been scored on since.
Look at the people on the far side, make sure they're behind the kicker.
Okay. Could I have
another restart?
Thank you.
While Texas has been winning those restarts and getting possession, they've not been able to keep it. And as we just come down to less than a minute to go in this first half, bounces on the ground. Texas has it now. They managed to get down, get that tackle going. Looking to move it there. Bit of a loopy pass, but now we see
beautiful cut back in.
And into the Phoenix half goes Texas. This is their shot right now. A little bit offside, a lot offside is Phoenix. Wonder how that's going to come with the referee.
Tackles all away.
Once again, they recycle it. A little bit slow getting that ball out.
You know the old player saying, if the ref didn't see it, it's legal. So play on.
Play on, exactly. Play the whistle. A little bit of a back inside pass. Ruiz, again, she's been spending so much time rescuing poor ball. And Texas, once again, they come out. They hit. And Serevi comes in to make that tackle. Is the turnover possible? No. Didn't roll away. And it'll be a penalty for Texas. Tapped quickly. There's no time left in this half. Oh, the short ball. It was almost there. And the ball, the Rutgers waiting for somebody to dig that out. And here we come again. Texas.
Almost snagged, but beautiful grab.
The interception almost there, as you said, Kevin. And the ball, well, she released it, and she got it and picked up and said, yeah, we're fine.
Nobody with her, though.
That one, I'm not so sure. Yes.
Now you are playing on the ground.
Then she played it, she released it and then covered her body
over.
over. You know, it's like you're just hoping the referee doesn't see it.
What should be our final play here.
And cut back
Phoenix
by Roland.
looking to send that ball out like they've done so well already this half. Oh, nice dummy.
She has the dummy. Oh, another dummy. We're raining dummies at this point. Down she goes. Washington there just flips it out. Serevi has it. There's the sidestep. One more sidestep. I don't know. Anybody there? Of course. Alicia Washington is there. And the candidate for Player of the Decade on the vote, the Player of the Decade vote that we have on Golf Rugby Report, Alicia Washington goes in under the posts and kicks it for good measure. Conversion. That is halftime. And that is 24-0 for Phoenix at halftime. Kevin, a little bit of a heartbreak there for Texas.
And that was just an excellent display of team rugby there. I mean, with the athleticism and a few mistakes early, but Phoenix really cleaned it up later in the first half there. And It's hard to combat.
Well, we'll see if they can come back and get some points in the second half, and we'll be back for the second half in a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, the information I'll give you is, yeah, because FYI, but, you know.
Yeah. I appreciate having knowledge because now I can listen.
Game to come back.
All right, we're back for the second half with Phoenix leading Texas Motley 24-0 at halftime. No points yet for Texas. And Kevin, a bit of a struggle for a team that maybe is lacking the pace, a bit of a pace mismatch between Texas and Phoenix. If you're in the huddle for the Texas team, what would your thoughts would be?
I think the major thing is ball security. This Phoenix team is so talented on offense that you really need to stretch every offensive possession that you have to keep the ball out of their hands. And they had a couple of moments there where they had some line breaks and were just a moment or a move away from putting one in. So maybe they'll put one in this half.
Well, so, the pick and go is not a terrible play for sevens, and you can just inch your way down.
Yeah.
Can be a frustrating thing as well for the defense. Well, here the kickoff.
A good start off for them.
Yeah. The kickoff from Phoenix is not 10 meters, so it'll be a free kick for Texas midfield. And we'll start off there with Annalisa Ruiz, University of Texas student. Will be graduating this spring, in fact, and also has played with the Mexico City Wallabies as the Wallabies in Mexico. Would be an interesting idea. And breaking through, looking a little bit stronger now.
Yeah, playing much more aggressive for this Texas
break
side.
Right through for Texas. Can she link up with her support?
Oh, got an injury on that.
And just had to pull up. Ruiz gets the return pass. Can she get in for the try line?
Yes, she does.
And she is in. That is the first try for Texas all weekend long, and great support work
Excellent
from
score.
Ruiz. And Kevin, at some point have a go, right? Just go for it.
What a play there by number 5 for the Texas side. Absolutely wonderful effort, pulling up with what looks like some sort of hamstring injury, but still having the state of mind to make an offload to a teammate and put a try in there.
Some brave rugby right there. Just put aside that pain, get the pass, and it was that pass. And she's on the sideline. I think maybe a cramp the way they're treating it, but hopefully it's nothing more than that. But the first try for Texas, and well earned. A lot of hard work went into that, and started from a kickoff error, which is something that can really be a struggle for the team. You make a mistake on that restart.
Yeah.
it gives the momentum back to the other team. So.
And some very strong running and line breaks from a couple of
Thank you.
the Texas Motley players that open those opportunities up.
So Ruiz now will be kicking off. Not a lot of subs for Texas, but they are back to full strength.
Time back on.
24-5 now, the score line.
One big step back.
First try for the Texas team. See what they can do to get another one. Salomon tracking that one. In fact, she doesn't nab it. She gets it back now and sends the dummy, and she may be going all the way. Oh, just runs a beautiful switch. Lovely switch move with Dadic. Dadic sets the platform. Salomon.
Wide open field over to their left.
Yes, they do. They have numbers. Armstrong, the one-handed pass out
Slightly
to Krieger.
forward.
Referee
Forward
says
pass.
It was forward. Maybe she could have given that pass just a little bit earlier.
I mean, seeing it from this vantage point, you thought for sure that was going to be a try there. They had 3 people out on the far left side with no defense,
right on
but
that
the
line.
Texas ladies got on their horse and really went out there to pursue that, force an error.
Crouch.
Christine Krieger a little bit anxious, wanted
Fine.
that pass. She saw that try just beckoning. And so back with the scrum for Texas. Well taken again by Ruiz. She's got glue on those fingertips.
Uh-oh.
And that pass, not the best.
Still recovered.
Nicely recovered from Texas, but they have a long way to go.
Release her.
And see, maybe they were listening to you. We've got these little pick and goes going now. That works pretty well. Texas again trying to get those connections going so they can get out of their own 22.
That's out.
This Phoenix team's just so aggressive, so athletic and aggressive.
That was
Madeline Bullen went into that tackle, but the ruck over from Phoenix was in from the side.
That ball did
Penalty
not leave your hands. I
against
need you to bring it
Texas.
back.
Going to go back and take it from the mark.
I was
But
not
this is
able to
one
see
where
it
they
pass at
just
all.
have to keep that attention going and be patient.
Yeah, at this point, no team wants to think it, but
Outside,
being
but
down
outside.
several
Relax,
tries
step
with
back.
just a couple minutes left, your main
Yeah,
goal
I
is to
saw. You're
just
good.
stand up on defense and maybe punch in a try or two of your own. And this Texas team shows that they still have a lot of fight in them.
Well, they sure do. And Ruiz just took the hit and dished the pass to Adriana
one.
Sadler. She's trying to gather that
From
in,
here,
and
we
that one
will
is
scrum.
knocked
I have
forward.
2 black subs going on, 2 black subs.
Who's coming off?
Sadler kind of, she had that
They're both coming
try,
off.
that open field, all that green right in front of her, but not the best pass. And so we see a couple of subs coming on now. Washington coming off, Serevi coming on for Phoenix. And remember, in
Go
sevens,
whatever.
you have
Yeah.
5 substitutions to make. It's not 5 individual people, but it's 5 substitution
Crouch.
opportunities. So you can
Fine.
bring on a player, take her off, and bring her on again. That would be all counting. That's fine as long as you do it no more than 5 times. And going around the weak side now is Phoenix, and staying down that little tram line. Powerful running from the Phoenix team. Now will they go wide? No, they stay in tight. Amy Crawford going in
Still in,
once more
wait,
with the
hold.
pick and go. And the passing now, Serevi looking to work with Roland. Roland cuts back against everybody, just getting in front of everybody. Oh, and there it was. There it was. And Jen Johnson just not
Grounded,
able to
grounded.
control it.
That's
It
try
goes
awarded.
down, and they're going to give the try. And I thought she dropped it, but I guess she dropped it backward. And from our vantage point,
Really hard to tell for us.
hey, the referee was right there. Well,
For those of you listening on the stream, we're perched up in the back of the other end zone, so
there
hard
it is.
for us to tell.
Well, you saw the pickup there. Amy Crawford goes in. Amy Crawford, who's played with Tempe in Arizona and Nuremberg in Bavaria, and in fact was a select side player in Germany and also played for the USA South in Barbados. So she is one of those true rugby vagabonds going all over the world to play. And the kick.
We are going into what will likely be our final kickoff here with about 20 seconds left in this game.
29-5 for Phoenix. And that will book them for sure a spot in the final later today. And Central Queensland and Texas will be playing another game. And then we will have a women's championship match. And most likely, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It might be Central Queensland who goes through, but this is a better Texas team from yesterday. Oh, what a pickup right off the bootlaces. Some beautiful skill right there, and they're still moving the ball. Texas not done yet, looking for that second try. They like the idea of getting a try, and just ball lost in contact. Offside. Offside against Phoenix, yeah.
On defense there from Phoenix. This should be our last play of the game here. Don't expect Texas to kick it out. They're going to fight for this.
Ruiz getting the return pass. Willis Scanlon offloading it. And trying to, Armstrong trying to rip that ball away, but the ruck is set. A little bit slow coming out, but that's Erica Purcell. And a nice little flat pass, the give and go. This is working well for Texas. One more pass. Can it work? Yes, it can. Purcell going around, trying to get around. Oh, a little Alabama crisscross. And she's out of it. She's out of it. She's going to go into the corner. Can she make it?
So close.
And the touch judge's flag is up. She stepped on the line. That will be it. Heartbreak once again for Texas. 29-5 for Phoenix.
Wanted to see that try so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Much, much better showing from Texas. Phoenix goes 29-5. They're still undefeated. We will be back with the men's bowl semifinals coming up here at the FREETAIL Sevens. Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome back to day 2 of the FREETAIL Sevens here in Round Rock, Texas. I'm Alex Goff. I'm with Kevin Cox, and we're bringing you into the first few rounds of games today with the bowl semifinals in the men's bracket, and we have Rock Rugby in pink and the Celtic Barbarians in green, with Justin Hale refereeing. And Kevin, there's still a lot to play for on this day 2.
Oh, it's an excellent tournament. So much talent here, and what a perfect day to have it. You could not ask for better rugby weather. We're sitting here New Year's Eve in the middle of winter, and we got a beautiful sunny day, 70 degrees, barely any wind, and here we are with our kickoff.
A lot of players quite happy to come to Texas and play in this fantastic tournament and also get out of the cold, cold weather as Rock Rugby gets it going. Mostly a high school team, a bunch of teenagers playing on this Rock Rugby team, and able to get under that high kick, and it is knocked forward, and we'll start with a scrum. We're going to see these two teams play, and then we will see, following up, will be North Texas against the Jesters from Orsu in Oregon, and they will be shooting for a place in the bowl final. And then after that, we'll be seeing the continuation of the women's round robin, and then the men's semifinals, and then wrap it up later this afternoon. Celtic Barbarians have
he
it
wanted
now.
that keeper to the weak side. Oh,
And there go the sides
beautiful line
up the
break
middle.
there.
Thinking about the break. Quick recycle, and there's one of your danger men, Jared Stewart, taken down, but he wasn't held. He's still trundling along. Powerful runner is Stewart. And quickly out, Barbarians. They started to put things together a little bit better later in the day yesterday, and there goes
Oh, what a truck there.
a thundering run. But
Yes.
the poach is good, and Rock Rugby has come away with it. The pink shirts getting angry now.
Oh, and a penalty, it looks like, for a high tackle there.
And they're going to be strict on that for sure, and that's a good thing. Quickly tapped, Rock Rugby now. What can they do to get out of their own end? And the ball is ripped loose, pulling around, and referee Hale is going to call a knock forward. Looked like Stewart tried to just rip that out, and as he did, he just nudged that ball forward. So it'll be a scrum to Rock Rugby. But, Kevin, pretty good job by Rock Rugby to survive that. It looked like the try was on the offing.
Yeah, there was a couple of line breaks there that looked like it was going to be the end of them, but they chased them down. They held up tight on defense and earned the ball back for this put-in.
Rock Rugby is a local team. Rock Rugby has a high school team, and they also have a touring all-star team, and this is a little bit more of the latter. Very young group, though. And there, a nice little bump off and run by George Therese. And a good sidestep there from Adrian Escobedo. Oh, with the over-the-head pass, it somehow is picked up.
Excellent moves here.
That was Ramsey going in, and diving onto the ball are the Barbarians. And there goes Therese again. And a little bit of a hip sway, and that just froze everybody.
What a try from Rock Rugby. Oh.
And he touches it down under the post. A great try for Rock Rugby, and the pink jerseys hold sway as Matthew Lester goes in. Lives in San Marcos, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours from here. Student at Texas State University, and he caps off that try.
Here he is to kick his own conversion as well. Let's see if they can go up 7-0.
Well, there you see the move, and the move from Therese was the one that sort of set that free. He manages to miss that one. It stays in front of the post, but he sliced it just a little bit to the right.
You can't do everything. You don't want to make people jealous. You
Well,
got to
that's
show
true.
you have some imperfections.
You always want to come away with a work on, right? With a work on. So 5-0, Rock Rugby leads. And we saw George Therese produce some pretty nifty moves yesterday. A big, long breakaway try yesterday. And a 19-year-old who plays with the Austin Huns currently, and a student at Austin Community College. So he's got a lot of upside, that young man, and he set that one up. I think if we can get a slow-mo of that little hip sway, I think we need that.
Yeah, only 4 or 5 minutes into this game, there's been so many great moves. And I guess we're playing some soccer now.
Up in the air, yeah, up in the air, trying to get that, and a little bit of bouncing that ball around. Brandon Johnson trying to control that one. And Johnson not quite able to. And we're going to go down with the scrum down for the Barbarians. And working perhaps a move to the left. Sheridan was thinking about going to the weak side, but instead we're going to go with a break to the outside and then cut back to the left.
What a run.
Huge run for...
Running out of gas to center
oh
it,
dear,
buddy.
you know, that may be it for his knee.
No.
Well, he touched it down. He did score the try, but that may be it. He's not happy. And check this out. You know, he sort of thought about going outside, then goes inside.
He was looking for this off of the last scrum down they had, and he was able to get it on this one. Excellent effort.
Oh. Beat 4 players there, and you see that strapping on his leg. Clearly he's carrying some kind of issue, and right there it's like, nope, not happy. And 5-5.
Hopefully he'll just be out for a few moments to get that taken care of. But if
yeah,
you got to come out of the game, what a way to come out on a
that's true.
A, what, 50-meter try?
That was a good run right there, man. Possibly as much as 60 meters, and a good answer from the Barbarians. 5-5 now, so we have a ball game on our hands, and look at that. You know, there's Justin Hale, the referee, just having a chat with the players, and check out those bats on his jerseys. So, in case you don't know, the FREETAIL Sevens. The FREETAIL is a bat. That's the bat that lives in Austin. Austin is the bat city. They have millions of them, live under the bridges, and there they are, just festooned upon the referee's jerseys. Pretty snazzy right there. I'd like to get one of those. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any.
Yeah, I might have to snag one out of a box here before we leave. Uh-oh, we got a one-on-one outside with some speed. Oh, a fend, and then a truck.
Looking good, the big runner.
Oh, no.
Brandon Johnson coming in, and we're going to bring that back. There was a call back from the assistant referee, just as Brandon Johnson, he might have done. He's got long legs. It's that little cut back inside. He might have stepped over. No, we're going to have a little chat.
What a run through there, though. You see it on the replay here.
There's
nice
the
little fend, and then he's no stiff arm here.
Oh.
I'm just going to go straight into it. That might have been why they called him over.
A high stiff arm.
Yeah.
See, he put, you know, there's not much you can do. If you're a taller player, speaking as a not taller former player, you know, you've got to have some kind of deficiency there. And there, being taller, you put that fend out, you put that elbow out.
Yeah, I think
and
it was that
someone
elbow
in the
that
neck.
really,
yep. That's going to be it. So dangerous, high contact, yellow card. So there he was, getting ready to score a try. Instead, he sits down for 2 minutes. Stewart just going through, pumping those legs. One guy can't bring him down. They're going to try again.
Oh, and they
Finally.
just barely saved the try on that one. And come away with the ball. Nope.
Good drive from Torres, but Barbarians still have it. Unable to consolidate too well, but there we go.
A gap.
Up through the middle again. Power running from the Barbarians is the one that we want. Still has control. And we're going to go back with a knock on it. It's like a little bit of a knock on. We're not sure. And that's going to be your halftime. Back and forth this game, 5-5. But it is a back and forth game. We'll be back for the second half here.
Wait for it.
On the FREETAIL Sevens.
Hey everybody, it is 2019, and in 2018, Next Level Rugby was all over the country and the world, bringing you coverage of our sport up close and personal. It all started in Denver, then headed out to Vegas, and then next thing you know, we're in New York City, Japan, Austin, Texas, and a bunch of other places all across the country. But we would really like to thank the players, our fans, and most importantly, our partners that are helping to drive the growth of American rugby here in the United States and beyond. So let's just take a look at some of the shots that, we really loved and fell in love with, and, what made 2018 a special year is going to make 2019 even better. We're looking forward to what 2019 brings, and stay tuned. And remember, every day is a rugby day.
Welcome back to second half of this bowl semifinal at the FREETAIL Sevens. Happy New Year, everybody. We are here at this inaugural tournament at New Year's, and I'm Alex Goff with Kevin Cox. And Kevin, the whole concept about playing a rugby tournament right into New Year's Eve, why has no one else thought of this?
Well, I think everybody just associates a sport with summertime, and traditionally it was just, I guess we'll do this in the summer since there's no season going on. But as sevens has risen in the U.S. and become such a prominent sport, there's a lot of guys that not just prefer sevens, but even some that exclusively play sevens.
And, it feels pretty summertime to me. We're in seven. It's sunny and seven as we kick off.
Easy sell to come down here to Austin for a winter tournament when you got this weather.
And that ball goes out on the full, so it'll be a free kick for Rock Rugby in the pink. As it's 5-5 here in the second half. Free kick for Rock Rugby. The ball kicked out on the full by Celtic Barbarians. We've had we've got a yellow card going on for Rock Rugby right now. I think they're, I'm just counting, they're still shorthanded, 6-7.
Yes, yeah.
We've had potential tries called back. This has been a very back and forth match, really exciting. Just not a lot of tries finished off.
But some smash mouth hard rugby we've been seeing here, especially for a game of sevens.
Sure have. Preston Wren, the St. Edward's University player there in Austin. And then another spin out as they just sort of go and challenge those defenders. They're looking to create a little bit more space. Wren, again with the sidestep, looking to work it with Lester. Wren still going, taken down. This is pretty good stuff from Rock Rugby. Very simple, really. And now they don't have anybody on the outside. I don't know if he can make a 40-meter pass like that. So he kept it and ate it, and a little bit lucky as the Barbarians. And there goes
he goes again with it. So close to scoring the try.
And we're going to go with not releasing. He goes in, he's thinking, I'm going to go score this, and he was just brought down. And
I'm right up the middle, caught him off guard.
There he goes. Nobody was looking, and it's just a tap and said, you know what, I think I'm going to go all the way. Daytwan Sheridan taps and says, I can do this.
All the way, try line to try line.
100 meters, and that is the way sevens is. You can be right there ready to score. One little mistake, it goes all the way the other direction.
What a break.
All right, so what did Rock need to do there on that? They've given up that penalty.
It happened so fast that you look up and then he's right through
the
middle.
Gone. Look at him. He's in like second gear at this point.
Excellent awareness. He get the tap, and then once he had after that first 5 steps, nobody was going to catch him.
The kick is good, and 12-5, Celtic Barbarians lead, and they've really put together a better team performance so far that I've seen. It took them a while to get all the pieces going and understand what players can do what, but they've just done a little bit better here, and it really came down there on that one to not giving up on the play and making that tackle just before the try line.
As a side note, I believe our yellow card for Rock is, whoa.
Oh, my goodness. That's a bit of a high tackle.
Yep.
And you're right, back to full strength is Rock.
Keep running.
And Brandon
Rock
Johnson
is back full strength now after coming back from that yellow card.
And that was Brandon Johnson coming back, keeping his elbows to himself this time. Escobedo trying to get it out to the wing. just not quite enough strength.
Speaking
Can
of
they
people
secure
that were
it?
off earlier, our injury from earlier is back on the field that made that try-saving tackle for Celtic Barbarians.
There he is.
And now he's breaking loose with the ball.
I believe that is Markel
Oh,
Thomas.
you can see a little bit of a limp
He's
coming
got
on.
you know,
but is he going to run it out?
Oh, my old boss used to call that a hitch in his giddy up, and he does have a little bit, just wasn't quite able to put that away, and he's completely isolated.
Oh.
And well done by Rock to force that holding on penalty. And still, what can Rock do with this? Therese wisely just consolidates and sets a platform here. And looking pretty tired, though.
Yeah, you can tell everyone's getting tired out there now.
And they send it out to the wing, cut back inside.
Oh, obstruction.
Yeah. And well spotted there, Kevin. Preston Wren was there, and you know, you can run behind. And
again with the quick tap. Celtic Barbarians, excellent capitalizing on those offensive mistakes from Rock.
And that is a try. Once again, Rock just not ready to handle that quick tap, and so tap and go, and a try for Rock. Excuse me, for the Celtic Barbarians. Try against Rock.
Yes.
Again, it's so back and forth. I'm losing track of who's scoring. This really has been chances all over the place for Rock, and they've lost them. We had in the first half that high elbow that brought back what could have been a try for Johnson as the kick goes over, 19-5, and then a tackle just before the try line, and then another chance for a break. And, you know, you go if you use your teammate as a blocker, it's a penalty.
And sometimes it's not even intentional, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to the sir.
Well,
frustrating half for Rock here. Being like you said, I think they've been down inside the 5 meter twice.
Escobedo.
On Celtic Barbarians. Don't have any points to show for it this half. Oh, here's an opportunity though.
And finally sent out there to Wren. Wren puts a fend off and just pops it back inside. And one more pass, and this looks much better from Rock. This could be it. This is a crucial try for them. And it is a try for Braden Ramsey and Rock Rugby. And under the post, they needed that immediately because they've got a minute to go. They got plenty of time to go.
Night and day from Rock Rugby. You saw on defense just a minute ago when they allowed that try, they looked dead. They were hands on the knees. And then they just come right out of the gate here.
And the kick up. Therese, he's good with that kick. 12-19 now.
Both teams looking pretty tired now. A crucial, what looks like will be a final 30 seconds here from the kickoff.
Yeah, and this could be the final play. And remember, we keep playing until the ball goes dead. If there's a penalty, we keep playing. And we could see a tie here. That's what Rock is hoping for. They want a converted try.
Very important that they recover this kick. Oh,
well, that's a problem right there. That's not 10 meters. And how often do we see that when it's a crucial restart and the kicker is trying to give the perfect kick and he's asking too much of himself? In that case, picked his head up a little bit. Free kick for Celtic Barbarians. And the question is, can they just kick it out? Tapping.
Oh, they're going to play it.
And yelling, kick it out. You hear that thing, all the calls. Finally,
and he
kick it out.
listens to reason. Ah.
Cooler heads prevail. Celtic Barbarians win it, 19-12. They move on to the bowl final later today, and they will meet the winner of the next game. And there is your winner right there. A quick tap and in under the post, converted. And just a little bit of sleep at the wheel at the quick taps.
Yeah, but still such a smash mouth game. Looking forward to seeing some more of those later today.
Next up, the next bowl semifinal. We'll be right back. All right. This is frustrating when they don't.
Hey everybody, it is 2019, and in 2018, Next Level Rugby was all over the country and the world, bringing you coverage of our sport up close and personal. It all started in Denver, then headed out to Vegas, and then next thing you know, we're in New York City, Japan, Austin, Texas, and a bunch of other places all across the country. But we would really like to thank the players, our fans, and most importantly, our partners that are helping to drive the growth of American rugby here in the United States and beyond. So let's just take a look at some of the shots that, we really loved and fell in love with, and, what made 2018 a special year is going to make 2019 even better. We're looking forward to what 2019 brings, and stay tuned. And remember, every day is a rugby day.
It's great. We all love each other. We all like hanging out at these tournaments.
Just meeting so many new people and getting to know them is just amazing. And meeting so many new friends, it's definitely.
One word is family. Like, you got people like you can depend on.
Probably my favorite part of playing rugby is like I can forget any problem I'm having at school or at home or just any kind of worry or burden and just like give it my all on the field.
We all choose to come here. We don't have to be here, It's just good fun coming out on a Sunday.
1, 2, 3.
Which is great.
All right, so yeah, I think it's the fact that we can play very hard, smack each other up, boom each other, and just eat good and talk to laugh with each other after.
So, one thing that rugby has done for you?
It's brought up a lot of my confidence. I wasn't very confident in middle school, and I knew that if I wanted to become a better player, I would have to bring up my game, which I did, and I've just become so much like a better person to myself. I see myself in such a bigger light, and I'm honestly so much happier playing rugby.
I ain't gonna lie, if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would like be around here, to be honest. So I guess family. New York Rugby Club is a great community because they put you around great people, such as Alex, my coach Alex, and he teaches me more about rugby, how I can make my game better every day and elevate it to the next. Nah, but like, you feel me? But like, I bet like you know how the hood is, so like it's crazy, like around shooters and all that stuff. So it's just keeping me out from there, and then changing from like me got to worry about, I can't walk here, instead of just changing my life and being positive and don't need to worry about anything that much.
I think people really underestimate women in sports. Like in my school, rugby, especially the girls' rugby, is really strong, and I don't think a lot of people expect that that women can have the sort of strength or like sort of drive that men can have in sports. And I mean, you can see today, like, it's pretty much even. Women want to, have an outlet for physical contact or something to blow off steam just as much as men do. And they're just as physical, and we're just as, I guess, you can say aggressive as men can be, and we can be just as successful on the rugby field. So I think it just helped me learn that whatever a man can do, I can do it. It's no worries. I can do exactly what they can do.
All gave some gave all.
Welcome back to the FREETAIL Sevens. We are into the men's bowl semifinals. I'm Alex Goffin with Kevin Cox, and we have the second bowl semifinal getting set to kick off for you with North Texas in the green against the Orsu Jesters from the Portland, Oregon area in their traditional multicolored kit. And Kevin, this is an interesting matchup because we've got Orsu, which is a very experienced team, older guys, and then North Texas. Half of this team are current students at the University of North Texas. The other half are alumni of it, a much younger group.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup, especially since these are two squads that don't usually see each other. I don't know if they've ever actually faced each other before this weekend.
There would be no reason for them to do so, really. And yesterday, I think that both of these teams had some moments, a couple of moments they would like to have back as North Texas kicks it off and Orsu gets moving.
Already out to the edge. They're trying to measure up their
A
speed.
big, powerful run. Oh, well counter-rucked, though, by North Texas. And they're quick onto the ball, and they've got that turnover. Too slow to the breakdown is Orsu. Big tackle there. And once again, the turnover. Orsu.
Oh, well, a lot of wide open space out here.
Now Austin Alley getting it out to the wing. And they've got some space now this time.
And able not just to score it, but also almost center it. Some pursuit there at the end to keep it fully from getting centered.
And that try, that was all part of their diabolical plan to let them come at them and then steal the ball and go back. And that would be Chris Kinzer scores the try. He got, looks like he scored yesterday and gets his second try. And Kinzer is kind of an interesting background for him as he goes striding in. He actually spent some time in Kenya where he herded zebra and gazelle with his dirt bike. That sounds like a bit of a story, but I'm going to go with it.
I just don't believe it because I feel like after seeing that last try, I don't think he needs a dirt bike.
Oh, that's true. He could just stand up there and do it on his own. Yes, he also has been charged at by Cape Buffalo, and that's
haven't we all?
That's some serious, haven't we all? The high kick well taken by North Texas. Orsu leading 7-0. The kick was good. Just moving it back and forth, trying to get something going. They've got a couple of numbers, not a lot of space on the outside. They do have numbers. Go in there. And, well, just some good unity from the North Texas team. Spin it out. Do they have the quick hands to get it to the wing? They don't.
But they retain ball.
And looking again to run around a little bit sideways run.
Getting isolated there.
Experienced Orsu players are going to have none of that. Loose ball. And Orsu just pushing them back at this point.
So aggressive.
Still looking for the turnover, not quite taking it. And again, looking to go outside. A little bit of a size disadvantage for North Texas, but they've managed to keep that ball and avoid disaster for the moment. Once again, looking to get it wide. This time, Jack Springer working the give and go. Trouble for North Texas once again. The mean green getting shoved summarily into touch. And a little bit of a nod from the tackler as well. And we have a penalty. And said, you see what that penalty was for there, Kevin?
I'm not sure exactly. I was watching the talk back and forth between. A
little bit of jawing, that's for sure.
That was an obstruction, I believe.
Well, it was nicely milked by Shane Castillo, who put his arms out. The tater tot cooked up something there, and it was a little bit of shepherding, and it's going to be a tap penalty for Orsu. Now, what can the Jesters do? Well, he just flung it out along the ground to somebody. Let's see, I think that's popping it back on the outside to Stegman.
It's Orsu's side, so aggressive.
Into the try for David Stegman, excuse me, Nathan Kimmel. Looking at the wrong list. And Nathan Kimmel goes in for Orsu, and he had 4 tries yesterday. He gets his 5th one this time. Played for the Pacific Northwest Loggers select side. He's played for the West Side Ronin in sevens, a very accomplished team. And he has a really big Lego connection. And a collection, not connection. He may have a connection to get his Lego, but he has a lot of Lego pieces. And Kimmel goes in for his.
Makes for good training. Just roll them out in the living room and do your agility drills. Make sure you don't step on them.
You got to go barefoot.
That's how he's so good.
Nice high kick down the middle. North Texas lets it bounce, but it bounces the mean green way. And once again, looking for a little bit of space outside. Maybe they've got it, but the offload not quite there. Got to keep those eyes up. And once again, going to more of a static kind of play. Fry looking to free somebody up.
This Orsu side is so good at just pinning their ears back and staying on their assignments. Really,
and there's the kick ahead. Let's go for the grubber and see how that is handled. Slides down on it nicely, flings it somewhere. All kinds of trouble. Well, it's mayhem now. This could work out well for North Texas. The ball's still loose. It's still there. Could that be a try?
He scores a try on it.
Referee says it's good. And that was just ill-advised move after ill-advised move. Somebody just needed to go and pick that ball up, but eventually...
So many opportunities to do the right thing, but not any one of them wanted to.
The slide down. That worked out, but this maybe not. Maybe not a good thing. And then the kick ahead and keeping his eyes up and chasing it. Joshua Brewer, number 13, is your try scorer. Chasing in. Stegman tries to get it. He's not able to get it. And there, Josh Brewer comes in and scores the try for North Texas. Well, you know, if you're not able to run around them, kick through them, it's always an option.
Yeah, there's a few guys that will be hearing about that at the pub after the games today on rewinding the feed.
Yeah, maybe we can get this one on slow-mo, too,
Yeah.
how not to rescue being under defensive pressure when you're all alone. Throwing the ball to someone else and said, why didn't you catch it? The kickoff now. The kick is no good. 12-5. Good hit there from the pursuit, which was Cody Fry, the captain. Loose ball comes down the North Texas side. Mean Green, their tails are up. Jason Hart passes it out. One more pass. Looking good once again. Castillo.
Oh, and it's snagged.
Well, that was a loopy pass, and it was nicely taken. Orsu has it back. Can the counter go? But no. Orsu, once again. 2 knock-ons there.
Oh, now we're kicking again. We saw what happened last time.
Will he kick it once more? Is he going to pick it up? He thought about it. A couple of knock-ons. Maybe it was all even up, so referee lets it go.
And now Orsu has a lot of space to work with.
And Kinzer still going, passes it back inside, back again, and Kinzer.
Gonna center this one for a try to end the half.
As he waits to touch it down, wisely follows his pass. Chris Kinzer gets his second try of the game, and that was a really nice interplay, making sure that you're there to get that return pass on the breakaway. Kick is good. And that will be halftime. 19-5, Orsu leads in this bowl semifinal at the FREETAIL Sevens. We will be back for the second half in a few moments.
See you guys soon.
Yeah, he's taking me real fast out on this.
I don't know. I think
All gave some gave all. When I began this rugby team, it was with the sole purpose of remembering Kevin. Kevin was one of the Marines who gave all.
I don't know if any of us joined the old breed. I think we just are the old breed.
The old breed is a group of Marines, and now we've grown to civilians and other services that come together 2, 3, 4 times a year, play rugby, to honor the fallen Marines that we've lost.
It's bigger than what we ever expected. It's just really a group of guys getting together to toast the fallen, and now it's got a cause behind it and everything else.
And, you know, they're not forgotten, and that there's a legacy here that will continue to go on long after some of us are gone.
Welcome back to the FREETAIL Sevens, the second half of the bowl semifinals. I'm Alex Goff with Kevin Cox, and we are looking at Orsu. leading 19-5 over North Texas. And Kevin, it's interesting because in these two bowl semifinals, we've seen the more experienced, the older teams actually raise their play through the first day and into the second day. And I would have thought, well, guys been around a while, maybe they don't recover so well. But in fact, Orsu is looking much better today than they were yesterday.
Yeah, they came out really aggressive in the first half here, and immediately running some skips and shifting the ball all the way out to the wing. Apparently pretty confident in their speed over to this North Texas side, and with the 3 tries from the first half, I'd have to agree with their strategy.
And some strong running as well, getting through some tackles as we get a scrum down after the knock-on. Put in from Mark Chandler, the Irishman from Cork, Ireland. Claims to have rowed and played tennis for Ireland. Okay, we'll go with that. And I believe him. And the ball is out quickly. Once again to the wing where they're looking so dangerous. And there's that man again, Chris Kinzer. No problem at all. Well, he's just tripped up at the end, and I think he paid for it there, but it's going to be a try for Kinzer.
Excellent.
And that is Chris Kinzer's 3rd try of this game. He is a zebra wrangler, and he said he's been stalked by lions, and he and a lot of these players are playing this tournament in honor of the late Portland Doug, and honoring a longtime jester who passed away, and
honoring him well today.
Certainly is, as the kick is away, but it is 24-5 for Orsu. And it's a simple recipe right now. Win that ball, get it out to Kinzer, and challenge somebody on the wing to tackle him.
Well, once you've been stalked by lions, I guess a wing running you down doesn't seem that bad.
That's right. And don't forget the Cape Buffalo, and they're scary.
Oh, yeah.
They're more scary. Everyone's more scary.
You know, if he goes down to 6th Street tonight, he might get stalked by some cougars after how he played today.
That could happen. That could happen. And, you know, we're playing this great tournament on New Year's Eve, and then the teams will gather up and socialize after in a great town to celebrate New Year's Eve in Austin, Texas. We're right just north of Austin in Round Rock, and North Texas
might have a break here.
Looking
got some
pretty
open
good.
Field.
Stegman getting that pass out.
And he stays in.
How did he stay in field? He managed to do it. And he's in for the try.
And he scores the try.
And that is a critical
What an excellent display.
Critical score by Tristan Oliphant for North Texas. The poet, and he owns a cat named Yoda, and hoping that it'll have babies so he can have a baby Yoda. But that was a great run, and to be able to stay on that sideline.
Just barely staying in.
Bit of a high tackle there, but
yeah.
It wasn't a tackle.
And he brings it in. He seems to have lost his magic headband on that score, though, and has abandoned it in the try zone.
Well, that could be a crucial momentum shift right there, losing your magic headband. 24-10, an important try for North Texas. They didn't convert it, but that's okay because now they're only 2 scores behind, 2 converted tries. If they can get in under the post soon,
and they could definitely come back.
Change this game, you know, a great deal. But I get the feeling that Orsu's not going to get too worried too much.
Oh no, these guys, they may be older, but they look very fit.
There's the great Norma Salinas taking pictures of this tournament. A very talented photographer, seen her work all over the country.
Advantage green.
North Texas retains this one. They do well to do that. But when we go back for a knock-on by Orsu, no advantage gained. But there it is, Kevin. You've got a scrum sort of in the middle of the field, inside the Orsu half. This is a chance.
Yeah, if you can pull this away and put a quick try in, you could definitely come back, tie this game up.
Oliphant going out to the wing again, thinks maybe, you know, just spin it out to me. I'll take my chances. And gathered. Now North Texas has it. Waiting a little bit too long. Going around the outside now. Going around on the right side. Trying to. And not having any of it is Derek Watson, I believe that is, who just shoved him into touch. not interested at all in messing around with side steps or
Very
fakes
well
or anything.
disciplined on defense there.
Well, that's one by North Texas. Good lift and jump there. North Texas with a shot again. Stegman trying to go through.
Almost. Just not able to get the offload there.
Back they come the other direction. Not a great pass. But still, North Texas, they have a shot here. Oliphant on the end of the pass.
Even without the headband.
Tried to cut back inside, but fell over. Still, North Texas has it. The mean green, the sidestep. Oh, there he is. Nobody was there. I was thinking one more defender, but it was the referee. And that is your big momentum shift once again.
Conversion here, and he makes it.
Oscar
almost kicks it up to us.
Nice kick from Fallbrook, California.
Now North Texas has a minute to work with.
Plays for the Nomads normally, but a critical try there from Ruval Tumba. And now they're within a score, within a converted try.
Hold on. Time off. We got it. Ball.
And halftime, Orsu was in control, 19-5.
It looked like they were going to run away with it.
Yeah, then they score right after that, and then it's all North Texas since then. We have less than a minute to go. So
tough kick right in the sun. You can see the players putting their hands up trying to shield it. Still able to recover it, though.
Orsu needs to be patient here, not try to do too much. And there you see that they're just sort of careful. They want to have support. North Texas needs that turnover.
Yeah, North Texas is going to have to, this next breakdown they have, they're going to have to commit everyone to it to try to win this ball.
Yep, and then they can take a few risks. Well, they also have to watch out that they don't give up another try. We may be time up, and they're going to kick to touch.
That's one where you got to commit all your guys.
And there's still time left. So that's one of those things where you follow with the referee and not with the scoreboard. And Orsu players are looking a little incredulous, but the referee says there was still time enough. We're taking the line out.
Sometimes the disadvantage of actually having a scoreboard showing the time is it's not always correct.
And so one more shot for North Texas. Oh, and it's lost. A little bit of an overthrow or a slow lift. Orsu has it. And this time, kick to touch. And that is your ball game. Orsu.
What a game.
They close it out. They did pretty well to close it out. Hung in there, 24-17. We will see Orsu against the Celtic Barbarians later today in the bowl semifinals. But right now, we are going to give it up for Dolan Stanford and Kit McConico with the Texas Motley against the Central Queensland Dingoes in the last of the round robin for the women's bracket, followed by the men's cup semifinals. You're watching the Freetail Sevens. Kevin, great job. I'm Alex Goff, and we will see you later today.
2019 FREETAIL Sevens Day 2, the action day. $8,000 on the line between two different divisions. There's been plenty of stars that have shone bright here in the Lone Star State. $4,000 on the line for the women's side. It will be the Dingoes playing the Phoenix side in the final. Plenty of action for those teams as well, including the men's division. 8 sides. Semi-finals coming up all very soon. I'm Dallin Stanford alongside Kip McConaughey, enjoying the journey and the sun here in Texas.
You're exactly right, Dallin. The weather picture perfect, almost 60 degrees, sunny. You could not have asked for better weather for this fantastic event. The fans out here today and yesterday, and you're right, today it is money day, all about trying to win that big prize. Take the money home, and what a way to wrap up 2019 as the champion of the inaugural FREETAIL Sevens here in Round Rock, Texas.
Well, organizer Ryan Walker wanted to create more competition for these young Texas players coming through, including officials as well, and this event has certainly delivered. 26 matches on tap over 2 glorious days, gone through to 55 million homes. Ryan Ginty has been our director with Next Level Rugby. It has been champagne from start to finish, and as we said, it's the business end of the competition, and plenty of players have impressed, haven't they?
They have indeed. It has been so impressive from the very beginning on both the men's and the women's side. Watching these young players, you mentioned particularly a lot of native Texans as well, trying to make their mark in sevens. There's some very good talent across the country, across the world. And I'm just so glad that you could be a part of it here. Today, well, it is make or break time. As yesterday, it was about getting into the position to win the money, and today, well, win or go home, and hopefully with some cash in your pocket.
Well, right now we switch across to the women's division, and we have the Central Queensland Dingoes all the way from Australia taking on the local side, the Texas Motley. Referee Matthew Rico has the whistle on this one, and it looks like Texas will get us restarted playing in their blue strip, coached by Louise Sanchez, as the Dingoes look to shift it across early. Tyler Wilson's been one of their stars, cuts back against the grain beautifully. The other team in this competition in the women's division is the Phoenix side, unbeaten so far. Dingoes have won one game, 24-0 in pool play against this Texas side. They lost the other 2 fixtures against Phoenix. They keep the ball alive. Olivia Hamilton getting involved there as well. Oh, big shoulder. Crunching hit there on Lindsay Mahoney. Space on the left-hand side as the Dingoes enjoy the sunshine here in Texas, make the first break, sweep it a beat. Oh, and just the pass getting knocked on there. Oh, very close.
Oh, what an opportunity indeed. The Dingoes on the front foot looking to strike first. You mentioned this a matchup, a rematch of yesterday's match 6. The Dingoes took it 24-0, and great opportunity for the Dingoes. Looked like they would have been N for 5 had they been able to hold on. Instead, the knock on. And Texas Motley able to catch their breath. Dingoes, fantastic job breaking through the line, able to fend off one would-be tackler, and then just took her eyes off the ball at the wrong time.
Chance now for this Texas side. A lot of players representing the University of Texas here at Austin. Some young Lone Star players. It's been turned over initially, but then off their feet. Penalty is the call. Texas Motley will tap and go. Christine Krieger getting involved early, and then big tackle coming in there on Alyssa Ruiz. She's been their star. They call her Smalls, the 20-year-old. Another penalty, 2 in a row.
When you mentioned it, Dallin, this young team, a lot of freshmen, sophomores at the University of Texas. Great to see the younger players getting involved at earlier ages.
Ball getting shifted along the line. Maddie Bullen involved early. Wide ball on the outside, and it's another high one again. Both wingers keeping their eyes up here and just knocking on.
Right through the hands, another opportunity there. And we've seen knock on from both teams, both with plenty of green grass in front of them, just unable to hold on. Miscues the story early on, still looking for the first points of the match.
The Texas Motley side, they lost to the Dingoes 24-0. They lost to Phoenix 44-0, and then 29-5. They've got their lone try scorer, Annalise Ruiz. She's certainly one of the players to watch for the future. But it's the Dingoes now with possession in midfield. Ball over the top. Trying to get Wilson in a bit of space. Here she comes. Got a wonderful step as well. Big fend. Works the left arm and gets the offload away. Very close to the line. Looking to bash their way over. The nose guard and all. That was Lindsay Mahoney. A meter from the line. Now they're over. Try awarded.
What a job. Give Wilson all the credit there. So powerful. The New South Wales native out of Canberra Just incredible work. She was with that 2018 Wallaroo Shadow squad, and you see the talent. There was the knock on, and the Dingoes taking advantage of the miscue. Wilson able to hold on somehow. That ball bounced off, able to get hands to it. The wherewithal fended off one would-be tackler, and then a cross for the opener. Dingoes strike first.
Dingoes from Marunba, a coal mining town, population just over 10,000. Conversion stays short, 5-0 the score. Their coaches Cameron Sullivan and Millie Boyle thought this is a wonderful opportunity to get their players some international experience. They have a men's side as well. About 130 men and 80 women have represented the Dingoes across the country.
And their opponents for Texas Motley, very important that they respond quickly after conceding the opening try. Yesterday they had issues with that. They would get down in matches early, hard to come from behind.
This one down in midfield here. Adrian Sadler. Penalty, they conceded the breakdown. All possession here for the Dingoes. Looking for try number 2. They tap and go quickly. Trying to catch the Motley unawares, and the Fens come thick and fast as they head towards the line. Sarah Pierce, and it's a canter. They'll score with Sarah Ingledew. The longest she's ever been away from home is 3 days. This is her first time overseas, and she's having a ball.
And that was all set up by Pierce. Fantastic work. Able to catch Motley off guard. The quick tap and go from the mother of 4. She has patience, but she didn't in that situation. Just able to get it and go, and Dingoes quickly adding to their opening strike with the try, and now the successful conversion.
12-0 the score so far. They will set up a pulsating rematch with Phoenix later in the women's final with $4,000 on the line, so this is great experience for these players. They are 5 professional rugby league players, were born in their town. Rugby union is what they switched to a few years ago. Texas Motley, what they got in store for us? Maddie Byrne into the contact. One of my favorite players because she would be an avid Springbok fan right from the get-go. That's lovely to see. Rugby World Cup champions in 2019. As the Texas Motley drive all over this one again. They've given up possession. So it's a chance here for Mahoney to steal things for the Dingoes. They look to reload. Just defend, and there's nobody home. The chase will be the distance. The Dingoes going for try number 3. Oh, and that's a great finish as well. Fantastic work from the woman from Queensland, Australia.
The Dingoes so good at the breakdown, able to jackal away the ball in that situation. Lost by Texas Motley, so important in the breakdown and at the restart. You have to be clean in those situations. You see it right there. Dingoes with it and so quickly turning defense to offense. They have the speed, the ability, and right down the middle, fending off one would-be tackler. No one would able to get a hand to her until the try line, able to muscle her way across, and the lead extends for the ladies from down under.
Danielle Plummer, the captain, that gets the job done for her side. Try number 3, and 17-0 so far as we wind down. Last play of the first half. We're here at the Round Rock Multipurpose Complex, the area known as the sports capital of Texas. Home, of course, to the professional men's rugby franchise, the Austin Herd as well. Oh, good little flick pass. They keep it alive. Erica Purcell, D2 collegiate champion from 2014. They go to the right-hand side. Deborah Tate comes in on the angle. Well wrapped up. Again, they look for Bullen. Bullen goes on the outside, a little roop there. Purcell does well. Good fend. I've had glimpses of quality phase play, have the Texas Motley side, but then they give it away, and it's the Dingoes that capitalize. 3 tries on the board so far. And that's just the knock on, and will bring us to half-time. And so 17-0 the score so far in this pool clash. It's the Dingoes that lead the Texas Motley side.
I do not.
Day 2 of the Freetail Sevens for 2019, the inaugural event. Second half about to go here. The Dingoes in picture to restart. They lead 17-0 against the Texas Motley side. The local team, early possession for them. Players mixed up of local talent and putting together a side here in the women's division. $4,000 on the line, the final pool match for these two sides. I'm Dallin Stanford. With me, Kit McConaughey for the call.
And down a difficult first half for the local ladies. The Texas Motley unable to maintain possession for long stretches. You saw them going through the phases, doing a very good job, but then the knock on, the turnovers, the miscues, and ultimately the Dingoes so good, able to turn that into points. And the whole, well, 17-0, it's going to be difficult for Texas Motley unless they get something going very quickly.
Kit, you're spot on with that assessment as Wilson goes short. She loses that one, and will just be a scrum in the end for the Texas Motley side.
Set piece is so important for Texas Motley. They fell yesterday in the first match for both of these two teams, 24-0. And we've seen glimpses. You'd like to see them get the ball out wide. They have the speed, but the Dingoes' slide defense has been outstanding thus far.
Texas aside, coached by Luis Sanchez, known as Wheezy. He's given so much to the game over the last decade or so, playing and coaching different administrative roles as well. Heavily involved with the Austin Valkyries, the local team, as well as the Austin Huns. And now lending a hand here, coaching this side as his team look to spread it wide. Armstrong and Sadler working in tandem. They can't get on the outside. Ruiz is there as well in support. This is much better play here from the Texas Motley side. Ball in open space, and here they go. Done again. Superb speed on the outside. Oh, they can't skip through, and it's a fantastic try here. Texas Motley, the crowd come alive. It's a famous 5-pointer. And it's put down from Annalisa Ruiz, the future star.
Ruiz, the student at the University of Texas, the native of Houston. And we mentioned it, Dallin, the speed, the young legs of Texas Motley. They needed to get the ball outside and show off that Jets, show off the speed that they have. And that was the case right there. So far, the first half, the Dingoes doing a very good job keeping them bottled up, but Ruiz able to score it through past the final defender, shows off a lightning quick first step. And in for a very important try for Texas Motley.
Ruiz, what a story. Dropped out of school, went to live and work in Mexico City, but she's back, she says, and she is carving it up. Former competitive basketball player, gets back in the game of rugby. 17-5 the score, and she has scored her team's only 2 tries over this weekend, one against Phoenix. She's known as Smalls, but she certainly is dynamite.
Massive response from Texas Motley, striking first, able to draw first blood in the second half, and now they need to get possession back and chip away at this 12-point Dingoes lead.
Ruiz played for the Mexican City Wallabies, as they're known. Pretty ironic as they're playing against the woman of Australia right now. The Dingoes looking for a little half gap there, looking to keep it alive. Ingledew, now they come out to Wilson. Tale Wilson gets the step going. Wilson beats the sweeper. She's electric. Tale Wilson, University of Canberra product and Brumbies player, goes through underneath the poles, and that's the response the Dingoes wanted.
Wilson almost unstoppable in space, has the pace, has the power. It takes more than one tackler to bring her down. It does a great job. Cuts back through, has that incredible vision, does Wilson. You see it right here. Good ball out. Wilson just able to blow by, and the cut inside the ankle breaker. No one is going to catch Wilson when she gets in that situation. One, simply not enough, and the response from the Dingoes, what they needed after conceding their first try here to start the second half. They're back on top, and they add 2 more with this successful conversion.
Wilson 4 tries over the weekend, scored 2 against this Texas side in their earlier pool match. Now adds another wonderful left-footed step as well. The learning support assistant during the day, rugby player by night. 24 points to 5 the score right now.
Wilson, one of those young players, just 24 years of age, such a bright future. And she's one that when she gets the ball in space, you just have to hold your breath because you know something magical is going to happen.
Her side electric with J.P. Pratt, the 27-year-old out of Corpus Christi. Joins the side, dropped there by Texas. Went down, so play on into the final 2 minutes of this pool game. Women's final coming up later. Men's semi-finals coming up right after this. We've got some brilliant matchups for you. We've got the Ragamuffins against Atlantis, Loma Viti against Gorilla, and the bowl final. Women will be in action again after that. It's knocked on there. Just the pressure on defense showing.
Well, it's the combination of the pressure on defense and the unforced errors from the Motley. And give the Dingoes credit. They're there. They're closing quickly defensively, not giving Motley opportunities to catch that ball in space and to get that first step, get ahead of steam up. And a good defense that lays the lumber as the Dingoes have done. You start to think about that, particularly in the second half, and you get those alligator arms. We've seen it from the Motley, just not clean in the catch.
Dingoes, scrum time. It's kicked through. They look to collect here. Set at ruck time. Loop is coming to the left-hand side. One of them is Mahoney. Mahoney's been active. Mahoney on the outside. Mahoney. She's got the fend working, her face mask as well, and gets the try.
And there's that team play that we've seen the past 2 days from the Dingoes. Everyone centrally located, sucks that defense in, has space outside. They recognize it. They send it out to Mahoney. And Mahoney shows off her speed. Hasn't had many opportunities in the last 2 days, has Mahoney. But the former Tempe Rugby Club member able to put another 5 on the side for the Dingoes, and you would imagine that's pretty well going to seal the victory.
Only 45 seconds left on the clock. Well, they have done well in this pool clash, 29 points to 5. And if you want to play in this tournament for next year, a year from now, we've got tons of fans of coming to watch as well. Go to FREETAIL7s.com. There's a form to complete that. And we know there'll be more prize money on offer. Crowds coming out enjoying the festivities here on December 31st to wrap up the decade. There'll be parties tonight, win or lose.
I have a feeling if you have a $4,000 check in your pocket, those parties may be a little better. We'll have to figure out where they're going this evening and see if they'll invite us.
We certainly will. We'll be lurking following the winners. This kick, players in front of the kicker. So our final play of the game will belong to the Texas Motley side, the local team out of Austin. Adri Sadler, what has she got in store for us? Purcell, very active during this game. They've got a couple of loopers around, creating extra players. Where's Smalls? They need her. Ruiz comes in to help out. Ball stolen, though. This one just needs to be kicked out if they want. Bit of crossing, though, from the Dingoes. And there's Ruiz, right into space right now. Were they 10 meters? Beautiful offload. Motley again. Here they come. What a breakout. Texas Motley for the line. Stunning tackle. 5 meters out. They concede a penalty, though, for holding on. Dingoes, they don't want to kick. They want to play. Bajaze has a go herself. Loses that one. Another penalty. Long passage of play to close out this game. Lindsay Mahoney, she says, let's end the madness. Let us go into the Women's Cup final in the inaugural event. And they've booked their tickets. 29 points to 5, the final score. Dingoes defeat Texas in the women's division. The men's side coming up. Semi-finals. Well, they don't get bigger than this. The Ragamuffins against Atlantis. Loma Viti against Gorilla. Final score, 29 points to 5. The final pool game in the women's division. The Dingoes victorious against Texas. New Year celebrations coming up very soon in the great state of Texas. We're here in Round Rock for day 2 of the inaugural 2019 Freetail Sevens. And the semi-finals are up for grabs. It's a Ragamuffins versus Atlantis. Atlantis, a story program. They defeated Rock Rugby 52-0. They lost to Gorilla in a surprise, 22-19. But they smashed the Orsu Jesters 49-0 to book their place here. I'm Dallin Stanford alongside me, Kit McConaughey, and they've been very impressive, Kit.
They have indeed. And Atlantis, such a storied tradition, great history behind this team. They have the veterans, they have the experience, but they're going up against a team in Ragamuffins, a local side from here in the Lone Star State. They have young legs, they have speed. Really anticipating a fantastic matchup between these two.
The Ragamuffins, they defeated the Celtic Barbarians 28-15. They beat North Texas 33-5 and Lomai BT in a red card fest 22 points to 14. They 3-0, undefeated, the local side here, coached by Justin Hale, Justin Milan and Michael Zapita. They've got some dangerous players on their side. It will be an intriguing matchup. $4,000 on the line. Our referee, former male model Mike O'Brien, has the whistle for this one. And the cheese lover, marine biologist and bird watcher as he's known, is ready to go. 7 minutes each way. Big prize on the line in our very first ever Freetail Sevens. Make sure you go to social media at Freetail Sevens. Tell us what you think of this event. Make sure to enter for next year by going to freetailsevens.com. Champagne will be flowing on and off the field as we gear up for 2 big men's semi-finals. After this, the other 2 teams standing are Lomai BT and Gorilla Rugby. Texas talent on display. What an opportunity for these young players.
And don't go anywhere. This first half, it will go by in an instant. These men know each other, but for the time being, they are not friends. They are adversaries, and what a game this is going to be. They both have individual players that are brilliant, but how will they fare as a side? A lot of anticipation before this match. The fans on their feet and ready to get things underway.
Semi-final number 1 in the 2019 Freetail Sevens is underway. Mitch Vanoy goes to the air. Ball comes down to the Selfie King. Oh, and he's absolutely smashed. He was looking up at his phone and got absolutely insted as they have an early break here from McMurray, known as Noodles. Insta Noodles wrestled to the ground by Zach Rademacher. He's been impressive as well as they go through Kretschmar. Ryan Kretschmar, known as Ketchup. Still the ball is there, but it's not available. It's for Atlantis. First penalty to them. The defense has been outstanding in this tournament. Just that one blip against Gorilla Rugby. Rademacher goes to Vanoy, cuts back again. Narada Jackson's with him, but again he wants to go to the open side. Couple of stutter steps here. He's a bit of an exotic dancer himself. We'll get back to one of those players as Masoe. He's been very good. Sione Masoe, they call him Snoop Dogg. He's just so cool and collected. Oh, that time he was a bit high as he threw the ball up into the sky, and here it comes through to Blake Blaylock. Blaylock on the outside has got Ketchup. Ketchup gets the fend on. He's absolutely drilled to the ground by Narada Jackson. Another try-saving tackle.
Oh, what a tackle from Action Jackson. Blasted Ketchup, and now he squeezed it all out of the packet that time.
Completely shredded by the commentators as well.
But what a job. You see Masoe's so good, just a bit too casual with the ball, and outside Ketchup has the speed. Jackson, I don't know if there's anyone that we've seen faster here this weekend than Action Jackson. He is a lightning bolt.
Well, his ability to close the gap is so important. Aaron Martin goes up in the sky. Got to keep the meter gap there as Dylan Carrion, known as Shaq. You can give him a high five. For him, it's high. For you, it's just a regular low one as he goes to Martin. Good restart there from Atlantis. They go to Vanoy in midfield. Rademacher starting, gets the short ball. The young 21-year-old scored against the Jesters yesterday as they go through Heron, the big unit. And now stepping Aaron Martin, played in the Oktoberfest Sevens with the US Eagles. Drifting across field, Carrion. This guy is their playmaker. He goes to Jackson, the kick. Oh, the kick pass is special. Jackson on the outside. You won't catch this guy. In, out, and away. Keep the change. The first try in the semi-finals. Narada Jackson.
Action Jackson, the former TCU Horned Frog. And he looks like a sprinter there. Somebody you'd see down the track up in Fort Worth. Beautifully placed on the kick from Carrion right into his hands. Noodles unable to get to him in time. And Jackson is blistering down the touchline and in for the opener. Atlantis on top.
Narada Jackson played with the Dallas Reds and It's just the creativity as well. A lot of these players have played against each other, now with each other. Goes to the corner. Jackson, look at that speed. Fantastic highlight reel. This guy is a player to watch as well.
Incredible. And Carrion sees that he doesn't have the opportunity. Perfectly placed, well-weighted kick, and Jackson doesn't allow it to bounce, and then the afterburners come on. As quick as Noodles is, as I said, I don't know if anyone can catch Jackson in space. Now you see me, and now you're just smelling smoke.
Dream team for the United U.S. National Sevens 3 years in a row, and Rugby Town Sevens. Heron knocks it back. Good work from the big forwarder, though. Does sit up there for Blaylock, and it comes here to one of the new stars, Roderick Waters. Waters has been very good. He's got the jump step. He's fast as well. Waters might not be as tall as Axon Jackson, but he's got the fend. Oh, Jackson comes back to collect him on the second go-around. But what a breakout there by Waters. It'll be a penalty to the Ragamuffins. Now their local side go Noodles. Look at them crack it on. Deontay McMurray, very close to the line. The man from Sam Houston State Rugby. Get another penalty. The Ragamuffins to the open side. The Southie King. The Masters goes over the top. Oh, difficult one to take. Kick through. Just the error, though, in from the Ragamuffins. They were in the red zone.
They were indeed inside the 22 in the Ragamuffins. They've looked most dangerous so they can get the ball in the hands of the former Sam Houston State Bearcat Noodles, Deontay McMurray. He's someone like Jackson. When he gets the ball in space, watch out, but he hasn't had the opportunity. Jackson there able to shut him down. Jackson doing it on both ends, both offensively and defensively. He is an absolute force on the pitch.
Ragamuffins unable to score on that occasion. The unbeaten side trail 5-0. As the clock ticks away. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Dylan Carrion, co-founder of Spellman Performance with Les Spellman in San Diego. They go to the outside. Rademacher goes in, goes out. Corey Jones will have him. Rips him towards the corner, but he goes high. Atlantis, Vinoy, the playmaker. Heron shifts it across Marsoe now to the outside. Jackson on Noodles. Or gives a little ball away to Martin. 3 of the Foster's players and assembled in a very close space. And has this been stolen illegally, though? Another penalty here for Atlantis, a team founded in 1986 by Emil Cygnus. They go with Marsoe. Heron, the big red heron as he's known, to Marsoe again. Marsoe, so very good, Snoop Dogg. Ball still available there for Martin as they go across. Rademacher has got Carrion. Shaq jumps up to collect this. Shaq on the outside. Look at Shaq go. Shaq on the outside. Oh, he's tackled high, but that's just a regular tackle for a normal player. It'll be a penalty try. Shaq gets 7, and his side, Atlantis, streak through for their second.
The big Aristotle Carrion coming through. And Atlantis able to extend their lead. You talk all about Action Jackson with Martin, the speed. Look at Carrion. The first step cuts outside the diesel. The one and only Shaq getting it done, blazing by the defender. I don't know that any tackle on Shaq isn't a high tackle.
A yellow card as well because it's a high tackle in a try-scoring position. Unfortunately, Ketchup has a bit of mustard on his face as he goes to the bin for 2 with that hit. 12-0 the score. Atlantis in the driving seat. Final play of the first half. Remember, it's $4,000 for the winner of this tournament. And this is the men's semi-finals. Loma Viti up next against Guerrilla Rugby as Connor Mackey, known as the Mac Daddy from Glasgow, Scotland. Descendant of Vikings as they go across to the right-hand side. Looking to cut back in there is Blaylock, product of Central University of Arkansas. And it's stolen again. Atlantis is why they're so good. Vinoy comes in, flicks it up. Shaq can't get that. Marsoe can. Marsoe gets the ball away beautifully. Carrion on the outside. Martin is there. Steps inside. Martin, he'll do that to you. Just fried him like an egg. Martin gets in. Atlantis, try number 3.
Martin, the former Pitt State man, Louisiana native, and currently residing in KC Mo on the board, 5 of his own. And just quite simply too many miscues from the Ragamuffins, the turnovers, and against a team like Atlantis, they will turn that into points. They've done so thus far, and able to do so courtesy of Martin as he finds 5 to win the first half. The first half belonging entirely to the men from Philadelphia.
And don't forget, 7 players against 6, of course, extra space for the Atlantis attackers. 2 points up for grabs here with the conversion. Mitch Vinoy. Big strike, but it'll stay to the side, and that will take us to halftime in the first semi-final in the men's division. And it's Atlantis that are up 17-0 against the Ragamuffin side. Day 2 of the FREETAIL Sevens for 2019 sees Atlantis in cruise control so far in the first half, up 17-0. Try scored by Narada Jackson. A penalty try as Dylan Karen was tackled high, which meant the Ragamuffins went down to 6 players, and Aaron Martin, the flyer, got on the board as well. Referee is Mike O'Brien. Ragamuffins on the left of your screen, yet to score in this game. They're the unbeaten side coming into this, though, as Atlantis 2-1 in pool play. You're with Dallin Stanford here, and I've got Kit McConaughey for the rest of this one and the next semi-final coming up. Beautiful take in there, Martin. Oh, he's sublime, is this kid. Goes over the halfway line. It's Atlantis with first possession in the second half. They get the penalty as well as Carrion comes in. Looking to tap and go. A new man on the field for them as well is Maikeli Naromaitonga.
The speed, the power that Atlantis has. You've already seen what they're able to do. Action Jackson is amazing, as is Martin. You pair that with guys like Foliaki, Heron inside, and that is a tough combination to beat. And right now, the Ragamuffins having no answer for it.
Atlantis, the side from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, coached by Lynn Howard. Chris Ryan, Pudge, famous Sevens legend, is involved with that program as well for many years. And Chris Howard as well, the gym enthusiast. Had about 15 protein shakes this morning. I saw him early. He's looking oh so strong. So line-out time for Atlantis. They beat Rock Rugby 52-0. Lost to Gorilla Rugby 22-19 and beat Orsu 49-0 before advancing here to the semi-finals. $4,000 on the line here in the FREETAIL 7. The ball is kicked through there from Benjamin Oley and ranging up to collect this for the Ragamuffins. Looks like Aaron Bone. They get a penalty and good cleaning up there. That is Aaron Bone. Well, he's so small on your screen, but that is his real size. A tremendous talent. Wonderful play off the field as well. He's got a gambling problem apparently, and that isn't the reason why he's lived in 17 countries. He just loves traveling through the game of rugby.
Out into touch, able to relieve pressure. Some new men on the pitch now for Ragamuffins, hoping to be the spark because they need to get something going the first half. The miscues from the Ragamuffins turned into points from Atlantis. The combination we mentioned, the big men and the speed out wide, if you get it in the hands of Mitchell, watch out.
They go to the middle, Ragamuffins. Looking for some magic here. Blaylock goes to the outside, and Corey Jones, met with a brick wall. Jones brought down. He's one of their stars. If he can't get through, it's going to be tough, yep. They eventually resort to kicking over the top, back to the full complement of 7 players. Oh, great skill there from Ketchup. LeMasters goes on the outside, and here they range. Ragamuffins now. Roderick Waters. Waters is exceptional. Waters scores one of the great tries for the Ragamuffins. Well, deposit that in the bank.
That is exactly what the Ragamuffins needed, the speed of Roderick Waters. He'd been bottled up, as had McMurray for the entire first half, neither with opportunities to make an impact in this match. And you saw the power, big Lee Foliaki, the former A&M football player, lowering the boom, but able to get it outside. The kick over, not charged down, taken nicely. It sits up perfectly. And then the selfie king out to Waters, and Waters would not be caught. Exactly what the Ragamuffins needed, but now the question is there enough time to find their way back into this match?
Well, Waters a play with the Austin Hurd side, also with West Houston. This guy can motor indeed. Cuts down the lead. 10 points the difference right now. 17-7. Atlantis lead the Ragamuffin team. $4,000 still on the line for a team that gets through. They can win this competition. There'll be more money in the bank to go with Waters' try. Ragamuffins with coach Justin Exhale looking on. Exhale's one of the busiest men here during the weekend, refereeing, coaching, working at the hot dog stand as well. Oh, there it is. Beautiful take. Corey Jones. Jones, the master chef, gets it away. Catch up. They're going to cut back in. Kretschmar's bone with him. Where's Noodles when they need him? Ragamuffins. Flat ball. Oh, ball in one hand. Ryan Kretschmar. And then it's been intercepted. Oh, no. It comes through for Atlantis. Ragamuffins, that was the opportunity. As Oli buys time for his side, goes to midfield. Oh, the big frame. Naromi Tonga. Wow, 270 pounds. This guy's not shy of a buffet line. And they go down the short side. Oli with a step. Beats one. Goes into Waters. Clock ticks away. 2 minutes 30 to go. Counter ruck. Ball is still there, though. Been pinched. Noodles. How did he do this? Tremendous speed. Look at him go. What a tackle from Martin. The two flyers, one-on-one. Deontay McMurray just reeled in there from Aaron Martin. It's still there for the Ragamuffins. Bone comes in, providing 50 pounds at that ruck time. Oh, it won't come out, though.
Try-saving tackle from Martin. For all the world, it looked like he was going to be under the post, and how big would that have been momentum-wise for the Ragamuffins? But stopped by Martin. Another fantastic display defensively. And you mentioned Corey Jones, as talented as he is, he's had very few opportunities, hasn't had the ball in hand, has not been able to make an impact in this for Ragamuffins. And credit Atlantis defensively.
Corey Jones, one of the all-time favorite players in recent years. A ball in one hand. We saw him carrying a boombox on the field here, but this is a big blow. Leaving the field through that massive tackle is one of our players of the tournaments, Deontay McMurray, known as Noodles.
Powered by fast food, and I don't know if he's had enough of it this morning. Maybe they can get him some on the sideline, but they need him back on the pitch as quickly as possible.
Oh, he got 2 tries against Celtic, 3 against North Texas, 2 against Loma VT. He's a machine, but he's not on the field right now. As we wind down the clock a minute to go. Bone, good pick up there by the halfback in the outside. It's all Bone creating a try on the outside. It's magic play from the little maestro. And in they go. Darian Hubert, the former track star, gets them back into this game. 17-12.
Hubert, the sprinter, the native Austinite, the web designer and former UNT man here in his hometown with a big try. And the question is there enough time for the Ragamuffins' comeback? Conversion up and through, and all of a sudden, what was a 17-0 deficit is shrunk to just 3 points.
17-14 the score. Hubert on the board, but more importantly, 20 seconds left on the clock. They need to get this restart back, and that's why we keep hammering the point. Restarts will win you matches. It's Atlantis, and it may even win you tournaments. They need to get this ball and kick it out. The Ragamuffins want possession, and they need to score. It all hangs on the line. $4,000 in their hopes of a champion Knocked down to Atlantis. They tick this one up. They can go into touch as soon as clock runs out, which is about now. They go back on the inside. Oli, though. Oli away to the races. Flicks a no-look pass. Why did he do that, you may ask? He's given possession away to the Ragamuffins. They could go the distance. Waters is on the outside. Patience here needed from Ketchup. He flicks it back in field to Jones. Here we go. The Ragamuffins. Numbers on the left-hand side. The Selfie King doesn't take a photo, but gives it straight away. It's Waters. Oh, massive tackle on Waters. The Masters. Oh, he looked up yet again. His screen was a bit bobbly there. It's over the top. Jones. Numbers again are plenty. Bone here. They've got the track runner with him. Could he get a double? Looking on the outside. Hubert. Hubert gets the fan. Hubert for the victory. No, he's being chased. What a tackle. Narada Jackson. An absolute save as Carrion is there. Shaq leans his weight. Penalty advantage. It's available. Corey Jones. Jones gets the fan. It's a penalty to the Ragamuffins. Oh my goodness. Do not go away. Bone is on the mark. Final movement in this tournament for one of these sides in the main competition. Corey Jones. Jones can't get around. Got to keep the ball alive. He's isolated. Got to his feet. Dramatic finish here. Jones wriggles. Is that an extra movement? Penalty again to the Ragamuffins at the breakdown. The Masters, the Selfie King, gets rid of Waters. Is there energy left in the legs? Waters. Beautiful hairstyle. But can he finish this game? Drifts across field. Waters switches with Bone. Bone going on the outside. Bone, he's funneled into touch. Carrion with a game-saving tackle. It's full time. Atlantis prevails 17-14. Catch your breath.
The Shaq Daddy with the final tackle, sending Bone out into touch. We mentioned what Action Jackson does. You heard of try-saving tackles. Well, before he had a match-saving tackle. And then the big Shaq does carry on with the final. You see it right here. Bone unable to get around. And the big Shamrock sends him out and keeps the victory for Atlantis. The Ragamuffins unable to complete the comeback.
Final score, 17-14 Atlantis in the first final.
Got me?